Hi, thank you for clicking on this video. You know, just a little introduction of me and who I am. Uh, my name is Zach. My friends call me Mango. I'm a game developer, gamer, just your everyday guy. A bit more about me. I used to work at Bethesda. My first project working there was Redfall. Wonderful time that was. Everybody remembers how beloved that game was. I then was moved on to Starfield as like the second big project that they had me on, and I would work on that for the majority of my time at Bethesda. And I would then lightly touch on Oblivion, Indiana Jones, and Doom the Dark Ages when they needed extra help or more hands on deck to get across the finish line. Yeah, they were genuinely a great time working on all of those projects. But more about games I personally enjoy. I enjoy, I love puzzle games like the No Nary games, 999. That whole series is so much fun. Old school platformers. I grew up on Sly Cooper, uh, the old Baldur's Gate, and Yu-Gi-Oh. Those were kind of like my big childhood games, and because of Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm a card game fiend. I play everything, and I that has a card related to it, and I genuinely enjoy card games. I hope to be posting a lot of videos about different games in the near future, and then tactics games like Unicorn Overlord. I strategy games like Unicorn Overlord, Civ, stuff like that. That's kind of like the main things I enjoy playing. Uh, but more. That's kind of like me at a glance. But why am I trying to like post videos on YouTube, stream on Twitch, and do? Why am I trying to do this? Uh, I was laid off from my position at Bethesda back in July of 2025, and ever since then I've been having a hard time uh, landing on my feet, trying to find something to do with my time, a new job, get back into the game industry, and I just haven't had much luck of anything. So I figured I'd just shoot my shot with content creation, share with the general public things I enjoy, my opinions on media, strategies for card games, you know, that's and try and make something of this because I don't really have much else going on for myself right now, so I just figured I'd give this a shot. Just turn my hobbies into a career. You know, Maybe I'm making some 3D models, share that process with you guys, and then see if anyone actually wants to watch along or join in with what I want to make. All right, but why am I a frog? That's the big question. Uh, to be fair, that I can't afford an actual VTuber asset, so I just Googled free assets for PNG tubers, and I found this little guy. I set him up in OBS, and now I have a pretty animated little PNG tuber, and I quite like this character, and I'm gonna rock him until I uh, can get an actual VTuber model. But yeah, I that's kind of just me at a glance. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you check out other stuff I'm making. There will be more to come in the near future. I stream on Twitch. I'm trying to do that every single day. Different card games, maybe some creative projects. I mentioned I want to get back into 3D modeling. Maybe I'll make my own VTuber model soon. Stream that whole process, upload it here. you never know. The world's my oyster, and I just want to share it with the world. All right. Thanks for listening to this guy, listening to me yap for a bit. But I appreciate every person who takes the time to, watch what I make. And thank you. Have a nice day.